Okay, can everybody hear me? Britt, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, cool. So we're recording. Tonight, Brittany and I are hosting a call for Fitz Dynasty about our Instagram impact training that we're doing with Shalene Johnson. So we've learned a lot. So we're just going to go ahead and share that knowledge with all of you. Let's see. We're going to try to make it short and simple, but jammed packed with information. So just make sure that you guys have notes, a pen and paper. You're going to see me flipping through my notes because I have some things that I want to make sure I cover as quick as possible. So this is going to be under 30 minutes. Okay, so first and foremost, we're going to start with branding for Instagram because honestly, like Instagram is a very visual platform. And for us, it really is all about branding and how we can make a visual impact. So people, when we're on our phones, we're quickly scrolling, right? So first, what I want you guys to do, whether you have your phone in front of you now or if you want to wait till you get off the call, I want you to go ahead and actually take a look at the feed of your Instagram. So your feed will contain all the accounts you're following. So think about, how it looks. People are probably on there from like looking at a post anywhere between 1 to 30 seconds, and that's pretty much it. So when I looked at mine earlier, a lot of it was boring, some of it was good, and there was a lot of it that was lame. So go ahead and take a look at what you are having on your own page. And that's pretty much like who you're attracting because most of the time those people are following you back. Then I want you to go ahead and go to that little magnifying glass on the bottom. It's like pretty much your search page. You're going to notice that that is visually more appealing. You're going to notice that there's white space and that it's pretty much easy to read. So when you see those posts, those are getting a lot of interest on Instagram. So you want to make sure that you have something a little similar to that. Obviously, you don't need to have the same style as other Instagram accounts. These are just some of the tips that you want to stick with. So you don't want any grainy, unclear, or poor lit photos. We need good quality for strangers to be attracted to us because that's pretty much what we're using Instagram for. Because Instagram, at least for me, it's a little bit on the cold market side. So that's what you guys are going to be getting a lot of information about tonight because Facebook is very warm market. And I know as new coaches, you can feel very intimidated by posting on Facebook, sharing your journey on Facebook, and your warm market might just might not be interested. So Instagram might be a more comfortable place for us because there's a lot of cold market people that we need to attract. So before we attract them, we need to make sure our Instagram is good quality. We're going to talk about branding videos. So when it comes to videos, here's one thing that I want you to all think of. I want you guys to think about the thumbnail. So with the thumbnail, I want you guys to all have a captivating image. So that's going to be the first image that you see before the video loads. So a captivating image, maybe you could do like a funny face and think about having a dark spot in the right corner, the top right-hand corner, because on Instagram, that little icon of the video camera is white. So if you're putting that icon on a white space background, it's going to get lost and people might just think it's a picture and just slide through. But if you have a dark spot in that top right corner, people are going to know that it's a video. So when you're doing these videos, guys, you're probably like, oh my God, I need to get all this fancy equipment. No, you don't need any fancy, expensive equipment. You just need some of these tips, okay? First and foremost, I know the majority of ladies are on this call right now. Ladies, clean off your damn lens because with the makeup, it could get dirty. It could get greasy. Just clean off your lens. You could get a cheap tripod. I got mine from eBay. Actually, Kelly told me about it. I think it was like $11. Great tripod. You could get them off Amazon Prime, Target. You'll probably pay a little bit more money. Be aware of the light. Be aware of your lighting. So you want to have light in front of you, not directly behind you. Be mindful of the area that you're in. Maybe if you have a cleaned up space, maybe a blank wall. Don't post a video, guys, where you have a shit ton of laundry behind you, because it's not appealing to anybody. Or like if the room is like a tornado, like it doesn't need to be spick and span clean. Just make the area neat. A selfie light ring. I am actually using one right now. It looks like this. I got this off of Amazon. I think it was like $14. And then when you're using your phone too, because I actually like to use my phone better than my laptop, and I'll tell you why later on. But when you're doing a video and using your phone, flip your phone this way, not this way. Turn it horizontal, because when you go ahead and load that video organically onto Instagram, the horizontal video, what?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I thought it was Brittany. It's
You were
okay.
saying I couldn't
I'm like,
hear.
what?
But I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay,
Sorry.
cool. No, sorry. I'm like, wait, they can't hear me. So go ahead and just turn it horizontal, because when you're filming it vertical, you're going to get those black frames on the side. So let's talk about creating an effective bio. So this is the biggest thing, because some other MLM companies like It Works and all that other stuff, they're kind of like ruining the game. So you guys want to put in content that can attract a stranger. I wouldn't put any like weird quotes in there. I curse. I've probably already cursed once or twice on this call. I curse a lot. I have a bad mouth, but I'm not cussing in my Instagram bio, because I don't really want to attract people that are throwing F-bombs every other word, like constantly, because a lot of the times when people are cursing, they say it out of hate. I mean, I don't say it out of hate, but if you're, why? There's no point of cursing in your bio on Instagram. So you know what? Just don't do it. Tell them who you are, and you could be specific. Like you're an expert in this, like a fitness expert. I mean, we're not all fitness experts, but whatever expert, or you're passionate about helping other people become better versions of themselves, or passionate about helping women live simple, fit lives. Like you could get specific and creative with that. Do not list Beachbody, because again, we're attracting our cold market. And when people see Beachbody right away, it's going to turn them off. You know, just like if someone's requesting us, right, and following us, we're like, who's this person following us? And you see it's work. You need 3D mascara. Like, I'm not going to want to follow that person back, because I automatically feel like they're trying to sell me something. Your bio needs to relate to your page. So I'm pretty sure we've all done this training, right? Where you want to pick 5 things that you're about, kind of like, you know, the whole new coach training, Facebook, 5 things that you're about, and just relate it to your page. So make sure your bio relates to your page. Also, too, one thing that I didn't put on this slide is your link. So a lot of us put our Facebook links on our Instagram, which I had. We put links to our websites. In Shalene's training, she actually talked about not putting those links in there, but putting your link to your freemium. So you guys could go look more into freemiums. Brittany and I had created an ebook. It's basically a piece of valuable content that you're giving away to your audience for free. So how to give your page a branded look and feel. I'm not going to go into this because we're short on time and I could talk forever about it, but please write this down or screenshot it. Super Sister Fitness. They have an awesome page, an awesome flow. They have a great feel to it. It's soft, it's friendly, and it's inviting. So my tips for you guys are to use similar filters, patterns, and color schemes. And when I say, you know, similar filters, patterns, color schemes, like for me, I like the bright stuff. And I was going to show you guys their Instagram, but you can actually go on after your own time. Jen Richardson, or I believe it's Jen Fit Couture is her Instagram handle. Check out her page. She has a lot of color in there, a nice pattern. Andrea Crowder, she's Spiritual Girl Millionaire or Spiritual Girl M. Check her out. Hers are very bright, vibrant colors. And then go ahead and check out Steph Davies. She's also a top coach. But her Instagram is completely opposite from the bright, white, you know, pictures. It is on the darker side, and she has a lot of shadows in there, but she keeps it clean and on the same scheme of things. So those are all good Instagram pages to take a look at. So when we're creating an effective bio, again, your link, there you go, is your freemium. So this leads back to, you're going to see that I have here your CTA, which is your call to action. During a lot of your Instagram posts, and it's recommended in 90% of them. I personally don't do 90%. I'm going to try and see how it works. But in a lot of your captions on your post for Instagram, you can go ahead and say, check out the link in my bio. Refer people back to the link in your bio. And that will lead them to a freemium. That is your chance to give people the valuable content, and it's a chance to build a relationship with them in exchange for their email address, because we've been told many times before, don't count on your social media sites. You want to get their email in case you guys ever get hacked. So a little bit backtracking to Instagram videos again. I don't know if you guys have been posting videos lately. I post a few every single week. And I did notice that my video likes get more photo likes, and I kind of get a little discouraged along the way. And I'm like, well, why is everyone saying, you know, all these social media gurus, videos, but my photos are getting more likes? Well, here's the thing. That is a basic, you know, human behavior. When we are watching a video on our Instagram, we have to click it to load it, click it for the sound, and then we're watching it, so maybe for like another 30 seconds, and then you have to click again to like it twice more. So it's all these clicks, right? Whereas a photo is just double tap and you're watching it for 1 to 8 seconds. It's statistics. So videos, you know, they do take a little bit longer, but I want everybody to change their mindset, not, you know, being solely focused on the likes, but just be focused on yourself delivering value to keep people coming back to your page. So when you're posting these videos, think about the thumbnail that we talked about earlier. Feel free to tell people what's actually in your video, and don't feel some type of way like, oh, I don't want to write what's in my video because I want everybody to click on it. That's not how you want to think. You want to change your mindset, because you don't want to attract people that aren't interested in your vegan recipe. You want to attract people that are. So there you go. Make sure you guys have a camera icon that pops in there that goes back to the dark spot in the top right corner. You can put fonts and words over your Instagram videos. You can put a motivational quote, or something that I really like is, watch this for a free tutorial on how to gain more followers, like just as an example. Or watch this for a free grocery list. And then you could have your grocery list in the video, or watch this for a free 15-minute booty workout, whatever it is, right? You want to do something to capture your audience's attention. Now, here's the cool thing with IG videos is you could reuse your IG videos for Facebook. Some video apps that I really love, I love iMovie, and it does cost money, but I will tell you, I love iMovie on my phone better than I like the desktop version. It's just easier for me. Stack Motion, they are owned by Pick Play Post, and I'm sure every one of us have used Pick Play Post before. That's pretty cool. And then I have the app Over in here, and that is for putting text over your video apps. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, so you will probably have to invest a couple of bucks in the apps, but it's totally worth it because it's fast, easy, simple, and it's going to keep it clean. So on this slide, I have it's going down in the DM. So the DM, for those of you guys who don't know, that is direct messenger. So I totally had that spelt wrong. It says underutilized, but direct messenger is underutilized, guys. So right now, lots of people aren't using them. And I just want everyone to think of direct messenger on Instagram, how they use Facebook Messenger. Okay, so now is the time to use it before all these It's Works and other MLM companies start spamming us. So if you guys want to start building relationships in the DM, load an eye-catching photo and send it to somebody. Keep it real. You could be genuine with other big accounts and talk about doing a shout out for each other. It's a good way to get your name out there. Be truthful. Relationship before business, remember that. And offer compliments and ask questions. It's basically like the same rule of forming. That goes right into the DM. Screenshot this. This is major. Switch your Instagram account to a business account if you haven't already done so. Here are some of the features. We have a web address. You could do a physical address. I would probably just do the state that you're in the city. a phone number, check out Google Numbers. Check that out. And you could also see insights such as your reach, your impressions, and your engagement. It's super cool. So I want you guys to all Google and check that out. It's really great because smart entrepreneurs take things to the next level. We don't just look at likes, we look at the whole picture. So you guys definitely want to check out those insights. And Brittany, you could take it away.
Hey.
Let me go back into present mode.
So Ashley, you're just going to have to push
I'll change them.
Okay. So the first thing we're going to talk about is hashtags. Hashtags are really important, and I feel like not everybody is on the same level of usage with hashtags. One of the main things people don't know is that if your account is not public, nobody's ever going to see your hashtags. So, on Instagram, the biggest thing is clicking that little pound symbol and typing something and seeing what comes up. So just be aware that if your account is not public, which I know that a lot of people are kind of skeptical about being public on their accounts, but we are in this business to network and to grow our following. So that's non-negotiable. You have to have a public account. Another thing, use hashtags that are not overly popular. And the reason why, people are not going to see your content if you're using a hashtag that has 2 million other users. So for example, instead of using beautiful, use something that has the same meaning, but 2 million other people aren't using it. Maybe like Bella Blonde, or, narrow it down. Don't be so broad. Create a document with hashtags that are relevant to your lifer or your avatar. I have a document or a couple documents on my phone and in my notes section that have 25 to 30 hashtags that I'm going to be using, over a period of time. And I'll get back into the period of time here shortly. With your lifer or your avatar, this is the person that you're trying to attract. So it's very important that you guys are really clear on who you're trying to attract on Instagram, because this is your cold market. It's not warm and fuzzy like Facebook. It's not like people are going to be, oh, hey, Brittany, I saw your daughter the other day. They're going to be looking at everything you're posting. Like the person behind the computer screen might be over there in Australia or, wherever. So it's going to be a little bit different than when you're posting stuff on your other social media platforms. Instead of using hashtags that are overpopulated like goals, use push or eat that frog, something that is going to relate you to, goals, or maybe a seminar that you went to. Just narrow it down. They're both going to relate to the goals, but they're not as broad. Whenever I was talking about your avatar and your lifer, think about like Ashley and I. Okay, so we have so much in common. It's crazy that like I'll call her and she had the same dinner as I did at Carrabba's last week. We like to shop at the same place. We're a lot alike. We have no filter. We both do hair. So many things in common. So you got to think, when you're trying to attract somebody, would that person want to shop with you? Would they want to come over to your house and have dinner with you? Like, are you guys alike? Common interests. Do you have children? Are you married? How do you like to do your hair? Do you use the same beauty products? I mean, the list goes on. You don't want to worry about offending anybody. Like Ashley had said earlier, if somebody is going to be very spiritual, I don't want to offend anybody by saying this, but church going, somebody with no filter like Ashley might offend that person. So Ashley might not be trying to target that avatar. Take out a pen and paper, everybody. If you don't already have one, I'll give you a second to grab one. I want you guys to write down 5 to 10 things right now about your avatar, like we just talked about. Where do you like to shop? Where's your favorite restaurant to eat at? What kind of car do you imagine driving in the next 10 years? What color is the color choice in your dream home? what's your favorite shoe store? What's your favorite drink, guilty pleasure? Just start making a list of these things if you guys have not already figured out who your avatar is. This will help you narrow down like your niche market, your moms, your, like who you're targeting. I think this is it, Ashley, for this one. Actually, for hashtags, if you guys, like say, for example, you own a local business and you're trying to get people to come into your local business and get your name out there locally, instead of like say I own a nail salon, instead of tagging nail art, maybe I would say Crystal River nail art, or, the local wineries, something that people from our local area are going to be searching, so then you're going to pop up whenever they're searching these hashtags. This is just something to get your name out there when people are searching you, or not searching you, but searching hashtags. Okay, systems that save time. So this was something that I have not used before. So whenever I was going through making the slides, it was really kind of something that we should all already be doing, just in like a smaller condensed version. So find your lifer on the Explore page. And for some reason, mine does not have the little Explore. It looks like a little compass on the bottom where the little heart and the camera icon and all of that is. But if you have the updated Instagram version, there's a little Explore tab. You're going to go to that page. You're going to find somebody that's your lifer, okay? Go to their profile and select the little lines. That is going to just push their view of their content instead of like seeing all of their latest posts in the squares. It's going to be in like a more of a news feed. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and like the last 5 photos that they posted. Then after that, you're going to comment on the last 3 photos posted and make sure that it's relating to the photo. Don't just write, oh, cool pic, because I'm telling you, I don't know how many times that people have just said, oh, cool, or, like something like fun, like clearly they don't even know who they're talking to or what the picture is about because they're just throwing something out there. If it's like this picture right here, this transformation, if you're looking at somebody's, transformation, just be like, oh my God, great progress, say something that would stand out to you. Like if somebody was commenting on your photo, like what would make you feel good? After you go and you do these steps, most likely the person is going to see something this big saying Ashley Devine has liked the last 5 photos that you've posted. So most likely what's going to happen is they're going to follow you. They're going to look at your content and they're going to be like, wow, I really like this girl. She's got, some fitness transformation. She's got awesome beauty tricks or hacks or products, just her page has got cool content. Once they follow you, and Shailene says only once they follow you is when you send them a direct message, because I'm sure that it's happened to you before. You have gotten a message from somebody that you don't know, trying to sell you something. Like for example, the other day, somebody direct messaged me on Instagram that had never liked any of my photos, never commented on any of my photos, just this random person asking me if I wanted to try out her It Works products. And of course it was nice and I told her I was not interested, but how cool would that have been if she had already been commenting and liking my stuff? I would have already kind of known who she was. So just kind of keep that in mind whenever you guys are sending out cold messages, cold invites, because I know it's scary. I have that fear still to this day as a coach for a couple years now. I think that's the biggest thing that holds me back is that fear of the cold invite. Okay, so grow your account with targeted followers. So use the Explore page like I was just talking to you guys about to find your targeted followers, or as we say, lifers. This is how you're going to do that. What you're going to do is you're going to look for somebody that fits your market. Okay. 1, I want you to like a few of their posts and then click to see who their followers are. After you do that, look for the ones towards the bottom of the list with a low amount of followers. So for example, like between 100 and 300 followers. Like those people's photos. Shailene was talking about seeing if they look alike, like if they're related. She's like, that'd be really cool, if it was like their mom or their sister, you'd kind of like relate to the whole family. What's going to happen once you do this and you're going through the other people's followers and liking their photos, when you go and you hit the refresh button on your Explore page, you're going to see more of what you've liked. So say that you have been liking somebody that has a bunch of like rustic farmhouse, decor or whatever, maybe like tattoos. Next thing you know, your whole Explore page is going to be full of like tattoos and home decor. So it's kind of like doing the work for you. Instead of you having to go out there and search it, Instagram's algorithm is picking up on what you're actually liking and is like going to bring it all to your page and show it to you. Okay, IG mistakes. Using overly popular hashtags, for example, protein, get fit, beautiful. These are some examples of hashtags that have millions of posts. And what happens is as soon as you create that hashtag and you put it in the comment section, your post is way down the line. Like it's probably not even going to show up because there's so many other people using it. Also, avoid using hashtags with your product or your service because as you know, probably it's happened to you before, it's going to turn somebody off. And whenever you're in the cold market, it's kind of like a blind date. You're just meeting. And if somebody shows up, for example, if it was a situation where you were on a blind date and the guy just wants to get laid, like, wouldn't you be pissed? Like, you're like, oh, I got ready to go on this blind date and that's all he wants. Like, okay, so same thing for this. If you show up and you're talking with somebody and you're just about your Shakeology and your fitness, then they're probably not going to be interested in anything that you are posting or have to say. So just keep that in mind. Shailene says to avoid posting photos with your product. She didn't necessarily say Shakeology, but I'm just going to go ahead and say that here. She said less than 0.1% is when she is posting something about her service or her product. So if that shows you any kind of like time frame, it's not a lot. Okay, connecting platforms. Pick 2 platforms and do them right. So I have not been big on Instagram, so I decided to do this training and kick it up a notch because I really want to target my cold market. So if you're looking at my Instagram page right now, I have deleted a lot of content and I'm starting fresh. Post to both platforms through Instagram only when you're trying to save time. Okay, so Shailene talks about don't hit post to Facebook whenever you're uploading something to Instagram. This means that you can repurpose your content. You can post something on Instagram today and post the same thing tomorrow on Facebook because chances are you have different followers on both platforms. So make sure that you have a call to action and be sure that you're using the correct terminology for that platform, like Instagram, like double tap this post or check out the link in my bio or DM me, direct message. Facebook, we use like, message, comment, tag, share. So just be sure that you're using the correct lingo because if you're saying message or comment on Instagram, it's going to be a little bit different. And one more thing. Whenever you guys are using your hashtags, make sure that you're not posting them in the caption. Make sure that you go ahead and you post whatever you want to say, post it, and then go back and do at least 4 or 5 little dots. I set this up in my notepad on my phone and then use your 20 to 25 hashtags. And be specific. Try not to use them that are like overly populated, like I was saying before. And you can also change them out like every month or 2. Just see what works for you. All right.
Cool. Do you guys, I think we have like 5 minutes if anybody wants to do questions or anything.
I'm going to plug in my computer. It's about to go dead.
Awesome. I guess if you guys want to chat, type anything in the chat or Lindsay, I don't know.
I have a couple questions.
Okay.
I don't want to monopolize all the time though, so I'll just start with one and then if somebody else has one. But I've seen some people, like, I don't know if they're doing the Instagram trainings or what, but they have like started their Instagrams over. And I just heard Brittany say she deleted a lot of content. So should we be like starting over and redoing or just start from here?
Okay, so I wouldn't like delete, like do a different account if you already have like a couple hundred followers. Brittany did delete a lot of hers. I didn't delete a lot of mine because I felt like I didn't think anybody was going to scroll back to like a year ago. Do you know what I mean? And like, even like in the last winter, I still had a pattern and a scheme going on. It did change a couple of times, but it was still kind of like a flow. So I did keep some of that. Brittany, on the other hand, she did delete her. So I guess just use your judgment for that.
I felt like I was scrolling through my Instagram, and the content didn't relate to anything that I was about. It didn't relate to my fitness. It didn't relate to anything I was eating. It didn't relate to beauty. People don't really care about my wedding or the decorations at my wedding. So like, why was it on there? Stuff that I was seeing, I was like, why did I even post this? It had no hashtags. So I was just like, you know what? I want a fresh start. And I didn't want to get rid of all my followers. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to delete the content that I don't need and start fresh. And if you look at my Instagram now, I kind of have a theme going on at the top and not a theme at the bottom. So.
Okay. So it sounds like if it relates to what you're about in your avatar, you know, leave it up and then just kind of like fine tune and laser focus.
Yeah.
Okay. I have two more questions, but I'll stay off and let somebody else ask a question.
Let's see if anybody else has any. I have a feeling. Yeah. Okay, Chelsea, unmute. Okay, cool. Go ahead, Chelsea. You're unmuted.
I don't have a question.
Oh, I thought you raised your hand. Does anyone else have questions? No? All right, Jenna, what's up?
Okay, so my next question is, when we're looking for hashtags that describe us, how many like hashtags should we stick with? Not that we post, but like, for example, Kelly was telling me, like, whatever training she did, it said to find ones that had between 1 and 2 million. Does Shalene say anything about that? Like, should you stay in the 50,000 range or 100,000?
Lower. Way low. Like super low.
Okay.
Like people that have 1,000 is even a lot, you know, like she wants you to do, 1,000 would be fine. But here's the deal. Whenever there's 2 million and all those crazy amount of followers, you're like, ding, way down there as soon as you post. So nobody's ever going to see, unless people are searching those hashtags, and chances are people that are searching protein and if it fits your macros,
they like work for shred.
Meal prep, they're like scouting for shreds, or they're like gym rats. They're not interested in what Beachbody home workouts are about. Or you're attracting fitness coaches.
Under 1,000, you'd say?
I would say around, just use judgment. Try it and see what works for you, but I would stay lower.
Okay. And
switch it up every now and then. Maybe add one that has a high amount. She does say that. Just
okay.
We have less than a minute.
Okay, my last question is quick. Should I go back? I know you said to create a hashtag and include it on all your photos. Should we go back and add that hashtag to previous photos?
You can. And if you do that, the algorithm has changed. It will push your content farther down than it even is now.
Okay, so don't do that.
Here's a tip for hashtags too. Go in your notes section, and this is what I do. 5 dashes, a dash space.
Yeah, I do that.
Space. Okay, cool. And then you could and it's up to 30 hashtags. I don't know if you guys all know that, but you could do up to 30 hashtags. Here's the deal. If you put in your caption a hashtag, which is a no-no, and then you put your 30 hashtags underneath, your 30 hashtags won't load.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else?
Have any questions, just post them in the team page comments and we'll get to you.
All right. I will upload this sometime tonight and then share it with you. So
Thank
have
you,
a good
guys.
weekend.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye.